What's up, everybody? Casual Jack here. Uh, got a build set up for you for Lepic in the First Descendants. This is my own personal setup. I don't know if anybody else is using the same exact setup, uh, or if anybody else has already made a video on the same exact setup. If they have, I don't know. This is something that I have messed around with since day one, along with playing around with a bunch of other Descendants. Um, but this is, well, was my go-to Descendant for the longest time. Anyway, let's get into the build, show you what we got. Starting off with the, what's this right here? The sub module. I like long distance maneuvering. You can use any of the other ones, whether it be any of the melee, or the other grappling hook ones. You know, to me, that's just more like a personal preference thing. I was using a short sword for a little bit until I found long distance maneuvering. Messed around with shock punch. Wasn't my thing. I'm normally never, meleeing anything in this game. Um, anyway, here's the setup. Oh, might want to add. You can put any of these right here that corresponds with the sub module if you did not know. And instead of taking half away like it does on everything else, it gives it +5. Instead of taking it in half, it adds 0.5 to it, giving you extra module capacity as of right here. Anyway, so starting off, we got skill insight for the extra critical hit rate. We got skill concentration, more skill critical hit damage. Fire specialist, fire skill power. Spear and shield for the extra defense and skill power. Nimble fingers for the skill cooldown. Emergency measures for the skill critical hit rate and skill critical hit damage. Front lines, again, skill critical hit damage and skill critical hit rate, because hey, who does not want to hit those crits? Then we got tech specialist for the tech skill power modifier, because this is a damage dealing, pretty much built for overkill. You will see why with the numbers here shortly. Skill duration, so it lasts just a little bit longer, and because everybody likes extra HP, because why not? My choice of weapon, these two, they're nothing. I just use them for leveling. No specific reason. I'm 9 times out of 10 always on the Thunder Cage. I hardly ever run out of ammo because of the combo that you can do. Not only is it good for dealing damage with overkill, but the grenade does some outstanding damage. As you can see, burst damage is times 585.4%. Combined with overclock, which helps it do more damage also, and overclock also helps overkill do that much more damage also, along with the burning effect that overclock does. And then with the traction grenade, I like to do this with big groups of enemies. You throw that down, then hit them with the grenade. Me and my friends like to call it the wombo combo. You will pretty much kill everything in the little general area that it has sucked into it. If that does not do it, the Thunder Cage most definitely will. And this is a build video for the Descendant, so I'm not going to go over my build video for the Thunder Cage, which it ain't even done anyway. But anyway, the next thing I like to use is finding a good reactor. Whatever your weapon of choice is, whether it be the Thunder Cage or Python, Fallen Hope, etc. Whatever yours is, make sure your ultimate reactor corresponds with that. And the two things at the bottom you want to get, preferably legendary, which I have not been as lucky. The RNG has not been good to me at all. But the other thing you want for a skill power boost ratio, it being a burning mechanics reactor, it's obviously going to have fire, which any of the burning reactors definitely going to have fire on them. The next thing you want to go for is the tech skill power boost. And then at the bottom, you want, something to do with damage, so tech skill, fire damage, etc. On to the next piece. I like to go with the Slayer auxiliary powers because most of the time I'm using my gun to kill enemies because I'm not going to waste my MP on small, one or two enemies. That's what the gun is for. But with the 4 set, with the 2 set, you get general rounds capacity plus 8%. Then with the 4 set, you get rounds per magazine, skill cost, and skill power. When defeating enemies inflicted with Toad, recovers MP and specialized resources 12.2% at a 17% chance. Toad. Let me explain what Toad is. I actually had to look that up because I was not sure. That is traction grenade. Anything that brings enemies into one little area, like traction grenade does, is considered Toad. Just a FYI. But, enough talking about it. And this is why I like having so much extra HP. Because where my defense is technically, I like to have it anywhere between 20 and 30,000 defense. To me, it seems like a good, median. Missing's a little lower because, again, RNG has not been good to me. I got some toxin resistance. I got a little bit of defense. More max MP is always nice. Max HP is also nice. I could care less about the module drop rate. Item acquisition distance increase modifier. I could care less about those. I really could. They serve no purpose for this build to me. All you gotta do is just run over the item anyway. Module drop rate. I got you. Anybody who's played this game knows that modules drop like candy. So yeah. But and also on the external components that you get from fighting the hard Colossus bosses, I have noticed that their stats, the top stat, the white stat, defense, max shield, max HP. I have not seen any of them change on the Slayer. The only things I have noticed change is the extra that you get right there, like the MP recovery modifier and defense. It's the only ones I've seen change. So yeah. But again, on this right here, your reactor, you want to go. I'm sorry, I didn't go over this. You want to go with grenade and God bless, my mind just went blank. You want to go with grenade and overkill. That's the ones you want to go up. The traction grenade or overclock. You don't need those to be up. You need the out X and square to be up. But anyway, let's quit talking about him. Let me go do a couple. I ain't gonna do the full, Colossi mission. I ain't gonna waste nobody's time. We all know the ones I'm gonna be doing. Everybody knows how they work. Why would I want to waste your time? I'm just gonna jump in there, show you what the damage is with a boss that's got strong or very strong resistance to fire, and one that has hardly any resistance to fire. I want to show you what the two does. Damage numbers. Check it out. Alright, so we're going to be doing Dead Bride first. I do want to say this. The way this is set up, I can get out more of my ultimate attack than I could without some of them certain cards, which I will show you. Always go in, get overclock first, then your super. Look at that. Took 29. I was not expecting that to happen. I ain't gonna lie. Normally I come in here with people. So that was yeah. Was not expecting that. The second one we're doing is Pyro because he has a very strong resistance to fire. I do not expect this one to be like Dead Bride did. Yeah. Sorry about that one. Just want to show the numbers. That way you can see that I'm not, saying, oh, this is bullshit. But anyway, overclock, ultimate. And there you go. So you check out the numbers and not deny them. Simple. Guys, so you got to see the damage numbers. Again, I was not making the video to show the Colossus. I know the Dead Bride and Pyro, at this point are just, pretty much trash compared to, the likes of Frostwalker or somebody like that. What I will like to add to this, if you're one of the lucky ones who has got Ultimate Lepic now, you stuck out, you did the grind, you're going to be wanting to use, I'm not going over him, so I'm not going to go over the Transcendent mod, but he's got a Transcendent mod that's a lot better than anything for this build than the others. But if you are wanting to do this build, and you want to go that one extra mile, to do this build, you just really love using it. I would actually go with Regenerative Braking because you have a chance to recover MP when using any skill. You get your grenades back a lot quicker. I think it's only 4 seconds with the way this setup is. Yeah, 4.5 seconds with the way the setup is. It's not the fastest in the world, but you know what? 4 seconds is absolutely nothing. Okay, but again, this build can also be used for Ultimate Lepic. You just want to change out this module right here. You know what? Screw it. I will show you which one it is. Access info, tier, Transcendent. Let me find it. Where you at? I must be blind tonight. Holy cow. Ha! Found it. Firearm Master. If you're going to use Ultimate Lepic, that is the Transcendent mod I would use if you're going to go with this build for him. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do not forget to leave a like. Don't forget to comment, subscribe. Leave in the comments, if you want to see me do another build, just because you like how I do it, or whatever. Throw a build out there you want to see. Don't matter which Descendant it is. If I have the Descendant, I will definitely do it. If I do not have the Descendant, I will let you know, and I will try and get the Descendant by farming. Anyway, well, again, hope y'all enjoyed. See you in the next one. Later.